For our first project today, I'm starting out with 3 of these Dollar Tree crates and I'm going to glue them together. I'm using my Titebond Quick and Thick along the sides of 2 of the crates. Then I will add a little bit of hot glue for that immediate hold. I'm using the Dollar Tree clips you see off to the side to keep everything in place until it dries. Next, I'm taking these cute little feet. I believe they came from Timo and Timu. And I've actually had them for quite a while. I'm adding some Titebond Quick and Thick and attaching those right to the bottom of my crate. I'm sorry for the background noise that was going on right from the beginning of the video. The landscapers are here doing the yard, and so it's a little noisy. So if you hear that, that's what's up. And then I found these adorable wood pieces also from Temu, and I'm cutting them right where that little dip is. And what was nice is that they fit perfectly. It ended up being like the perfect cut because I didn't have to cut through the scallop sections, and everything just lined up nicely. I do end up using 4 of them total. Right now you'll only see 3, but later I will do a 4th one. And this cute little cutting machine I got recently, I can't remember, did I get that on Amazon or eBay? Can't remember. But I'll link it. And then I took some of Waverly's antique wax and painted the entire piece. I left like the sides of the crate where they meet unpainted because I'm going to be adding those scalloped pieces separately, and I wanted that wood to wood contact so everything adheres really well. And I figured it'd be so much easier to paint without those scallop pieces in the way. I mean, that makes sense. And this is where I add the 4th one. It just looks so much better. When I was looking at it with just the 3, it seemed like something was missing. So I definitely think that this was a good call. And as you can see, we're making a tiny little stand. You know, it's been a minute since I've done budget-friendly DIYs, and I don't mind doing these because they're really fun, but I'm a total upcycle junkie. Like, that's my thing, that's my vibe, and taking pieces and transforming them into something that's more vintage, time-worn, it's my jam. But I also really do enjoy sharing these projects with you guys too. I just want to throw that out there. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious, do you enjoy seeing projects like these, or are you mainly here for my thrift flips and upcycles? But there's not a lot that goes into this project. It's really cost effective. And I added some Tim Holtz distress ink to the sides. And look at this. I think it's absolutely adorable. The distress ink that I used is Vintage Photo. I mean, you can't get much more budget friendly than this. It's adorable. And what would you use it for? How would you style it? I don't have very many miniature things. So, I mean, this is all I had, but still, it looks super cute. So let me know what you think. All right, this video is part of an open playlist for all of us wood lovers. It's called What Would You Make? And it's hosted every month by Brenda from Rustic and Lace and Christine from Divine Designs. And DIY with Aria was chosen as our guest host this month. So be sure to check out these talented ladies, and I'll be sure to have them in the playlist linked down below. All right, on to our next project. I'm using 3 more of these Dollar Tree crates, and once again, I'm going to glue all 3 of them together. And I'm going to skip over this so you're not watching the same process over again. And again, I painted them all in antique wax, and then I took these drawer pulls that I got on Amazon and my Loctite glue, and I'm going to glue 1 to each end of my crate. So it looks like we have 3 drawers lined right up. And I'm also going to use my accelerator here, just light spray, and it will adhere it instantly. Then I took my little I think it's called an awl. It's like a poker, and just made a small little hole that way I can get the screws down in. And these screws fit perfectly. They didn't go out on the other side. So I made sure to add these to all three. And that's it. I added some florals, and this will make a cute little addition to your table or a vignette, and or maybe even a craft room. All right, on to our next project, another Dollar Tree crate. You see the theme here, right? And I got these cute little like chalkboards at the Dollar General, and I only paid $1 for them. And these easels on the back just pull right off. So easy. I wasn't kidding when I said budget friendly, was I? All of these are just they were so fun. They really were. And I have this mixture that I used in a previous video. It's white chalk paint mixed with the color Dusk by Waverly and also some salt wash to create this really pretty blue. And I painted everything in this color. I even did the inside of my crate. And I thought these seed packets would be a cute add to the chalkboards. So I took my ephemeral meringue transfer book and I cut them to fit each chalkboard. And I have my little burnishing tool here in a second, and I just began rubbing over the transfer before slowly pulling back on that transfer sheet. And then I'll take that same vellum sheet and burnish it down. And I know a lot of people look at IOD transfers. I know I say this all the time, and they think, wow, like those are really expensive. And honestly, if you break down the cost per transfer, they're really not that expensive at all. To me, they're totally worth the investment because they're just so fun to work with, and a little goes a long way. There's so much you can do with them, and you really can make a project your own. You can layer different transfers and build up designs to create something completely unique and your own. Once I got those on, I just sealed everything in with some Extreme Guard in satin by Paint Couture. This has a really nice soft sheen to it, and I went over the crate as well. That's going to seal in that chalk paint. And as you can see, I didn't add any paint to the bottom, so it's direct contact. At least that was the plan. But then I was like, oh shoot, I painted the end of my crate. So I didn't get that direct contact, but that's fine. And I took my deadly heat gun that would probably take the flesh off your bones. It terrifies me. And added quite a bit of glue, and then put those on to each side of my crate. And I wanted the front to say something, so I used ChatGPT to create this design that says garden flowers. And I tore the ends, as you could see. It's nice and organic and helps create that illusion that it is very old. Took my Tim Holtz Distress ink in the color Vintage Photo. Oh no, it's walnut stain. Shoot, I messed up. In the last project, in the first project, I used walnut stain, not Vintage Photo, and went all around my design, and then I just crumpled it up. See, now it looks nice and old. I'm going to take my little glue stick here and cover the whole back, and then just stick it right onto the front. These glue sticks work perfectly for projects like this. I don't have any issues. So I'm just going to set that along the front, and then I'm going to take more of that walnut stain and just go over the whole crate, making sure to get the sides mostly. I did wipe some of it back because I got a little carried away, but this really adds to that vintage feel. And look at how cute it came out. I'm sorry, the lighting is a little off. It's the end of the day, and I just couldn't get good lighting. But I think it came out super cute. What do you think of these projects today? And as always, if you like it, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave me some comments down below. You know, I always love chatting it up with you. And if you really loved it, hype me up and turn on those notification bells so you don't miss another video from me. And don't forget to check out the playlist. I'll have them linked in the description box. There's usually a lot of people that participate and they make some really cool things. So lots of inspiration. Thank you for spending time with me today. Until the next one, bye.